Have you heard that the House of Lords just challenged the UK's 10-year ILR plan? I'm just trying to find out if you've actually heard that. And here is exactly what it means. Just imagine you've worked hard in the UK for almost 5 years. You've paid your taxes, yeah? You've built your career, fanciful life, everything so wonderful. And you're counting down the days until you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. Then suddenly the government, just says, actually, you may have to wait another 5 years. That's exactly why a brand new House of Lords report is making headlines. Yeah. There are lots of news, on the internet surrounding this topic. And well, here is what many people on social media are getting wrong. The government has not actually changed the law. That's for fact. As at today, because that publication happened, that report was actually, it's a 122 publication, and it was released on the 22nd of June. Okay, so before you celebrate or panic, let me just calm down. Let me explain what's exactly happening in less than 5 minutes. So just make sure you stay with me. Hey, if you've not subscribed, I'm not sure how else, and even turn on your notification. I'm not sure how else I could make this come to you if you don't turn on your notification and subscribe to the channel, because it's not really that easy to follow up with lots of information as it flies. And if you're planning your future in the UK, make sure you subscribe to Think Wisely Abroad, because what we do here, we break down complex immigration updates into simple but yet understandable English that everyone, even my grandmother in my village, could understand. Yeah, that's for sure. So let's dive into the major information. The House of Lords Justice and Home Affairs Committee has released a major report examining the government proposals on settlements, citizenship, and integration. So after they reviewed the evidence, the committee reached some very important conclusions. So one of the conclusions they actually reached was regarding the 10-year route settlement. So the committee actually says that it is not convincing that, making migrants wait for 10 years instead of 5 years can actually improve integration, because I think that's been one of the reasons why some of this information has been going and making the rounds. So in simple terms, they're asking the government, remember, it is the House of Lords who published this, not me. So they're asking the government, where is the evidence that this will make the system better? Yeah. And the second point could affect thousands of people already living in the UK. So the committee also went on to saying that it would be unfair to change the rules for people who came to the UK expecting to qualify for settlements after 5 years. Yeah, so you've been here waiting to qualify after 5 years because you came in with the hopes that you would get that, and obviously this whole changes is actually affecting so many things for immigrants. So imagine starting a marathon and believing that it's just 26 miles, and when you're almost at that finish line, someone tells you, hey, it's no longer 26 miles. The thing has now been shifted to 52 miles. So that's exactly how most migrants feel. The committee even warns that changing the rules retrospectively could, be legally challenged. And, well, I'm not an immigration lawyer, so I can actually explain that. So the third point about the government's proposed end settlement system, because the government also proposed that. So the committee believes it could create more uncertainty for migrants. increase financial pressure on families and make it even more difficult for employers to keep skilled workers. So because imagine you are an employer, how would you keep someone who you are uncertain about how their status is going to be in the next 1 year or 2 years? So you want to slow down on certain things, and of course it would stifle growth. So the important reality check here is that now this is the part everyone needs to understand. This report does not stop the government from changing the law. Yeah, it doesn't stop the government from changing the law. The government is still the government. So it is a publication by the House of Lords. Okay, so the House of Lords Committee is giving advice and recommendation. That is why they are there. So 3 things can actually happen here. So the government can actually decide to accept those recommendations. That's one. Reality check number 1. Reality check number 2, they could decide to reject them totally. Or they could also accept some of them. So today, nothing absolutely has actually changed regarding the current immigration rules. So if you're already on a pathway to settlement, don't make hasty decisions based on headlines or rumors circulating on social media. So I would still keep advising that we keep our heads high, put your eyes to the news, understand what is happening, and wait for official announcements. So don't just take whatever thing that you read on social media as being very authentic. So the story is far from over. So that's exactly what it is. The government is expected to respond, and whatever happens next could affect thousands of migrants across the UK. Yeah, so before you make those very big decisions, I think it would be an ideal thing for you to understand how this could actually affect your plans in the future. So as soon as there are more official developments, I'll break them down in simple plain English without all this legal jargons and without any misinformation. Okay, so if you want immigration news you can actually understand, I don't need to say it again. Touch that subscribe button. Think wisely abroad. Turn on your notification and join our growing community. I'd also love to hear from you. Okay? Because I would say I've just been talking and I've just been hearing myself a lot. So tell me in the comments, do you think extending ILR from 5 years to 10 years is fair? Or do you agree with the House of Lords? I just need an honest answer. Okay? Leave your opinion in the comments and let's have a respectful discussion. As I would always say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. It's always good to be positive. Peace out, guys.